I do think on a personal note that Bruce Willis's life, there is so much love that his family has for him, and that speaks very much of the kind of person that he is. And I think some of those aspects of who he is as a person have come out and made his characters so attractive and symbolic or image bearing of heroism and kindness and power and love towards doing what is right. In The Fifth Element, the female role here is incredible. I'm not going to spoil the movie for those who haven't seen it, but you will see her role. G'day, we're going to talk about what it means to be a man. Over the course of his career, Bruce Willis was in more than 100 films. Growing up, Willis struggled with a stutter. Willis dropped out of college, moved to New York to pursue acting full-time. Moonlighting, 1985. Die Hard in 1988, so I was 6 years old when this came out. A major role in Quentin Tarantino's Pulp Fiction. The Fifth Element came out in 1997, science fiction. Willis played Korben Dallas, an ex-soldier turned cab driver.
I repeat, can you please open your passenger door?
Yeah, sure. For me, that will always be his best. The Sixth Sense he was in, Unbreakable, Glass. Willis married actress Demi Moore in 1987. The couple divorced in 2000, but it seems like they remained very amicable. And in 2009, Willis married Emma Hemming. In the 2000s and 2010s, Willis continued to star in action films. In 2022, Willis's family announced that he's retiring from acting due to a diagnosis of aphasia. This news marked a sudden and heartbreaking end to his decades-long career in Hollywood. He will always be seen as relatable. For many, will always be a very much appreciated and beloved star. There are actually narrative role models that we can look into literature and find out their characteristics that are helpful. When we look at life through a nuanced lens and see the good and reject the bad, we do use literature as one example. Books. We know that the Bible is full of characters that both have positive and negative traits that we can learn from. Narrative and the way that we see our identity is influenced very much by the media and the literature that we consume. In the Beatitudes, for example, Jesus talks of a way to battle against evil in a drastically different countercultural way. I'm not making the argument that Korben Dallas is somewhat of a Christ-like attitude or a Christ-like figure. Nor am I making the argument that all of the aspects of the movie, the struggle against evil, is something that could be easily adapted to our life. Korben Dallas seems to be an everyday person that is caught up in battle for good and evil. He portrays a very manly character. I find that helpful. I like the way that he approaches film and his wit and his humor and the tough guy atmosphere that he brings to this. The world that Korben Dallas dwells in is very much good and evil. There is almost no nuance in those two aspects. And we know that is very different to the world you and I live in. You could even argue that he takes some of these very contrasted ideas of what it means to be a man in these movies and try to find aspects that you could apply to your life. Although that is not the intention of this video, because I want to focus more on the theological idea that you are made in the image of God, to look after both others and yourself, to be somewhat of a guardian of those ideas that are good and helpful and true. Looking back at Genesis, when we as people, men and women, are made in the image of God, and that means that we are made into something that's good, that we are reflecting something of our Creator. It goes against the cultures that we often value so highly, when Jesus defiantly teaches us a new way to live. Jesus in the Beatitudes gives us a new status of what heroic or courageous looks like. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. And I hope that this topic will be something that's brought up more of what Jesus says, opposed to what culture or ideologies say in this day and age.
Reason to shoot first.
Evil begets evil, Mr. President. Shooting will only make it stronger.